Team Secret's turn to pick.
Send.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to ban.
Quick.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Team Secret's turn to pick.
Vengeful spirit.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Treant Protector.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Secret's turn to pick. Luna. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Spectre.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team secrets turn to pick. Radiant team pick.
Void incarnate.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Choose your hero.
shiny shell.
Oh my god!
Death from above.
Prepare for battle.
Yeah, I'm sure we are as well, by the looks of this one, Sheev. Again, we're seeing these picks, this final pick, as the panel said, Bog, the Viper coming into play, and there really is no doubt about it. This hero, it can just destroy a Spectre's game.
Yeah, it's a really strong last pick. I'm actually really liking their draft as well too. It looks really strong, really like well coordinated too, and it can be really aggressive. They have so many stuns. It makes your gameplay just so much easier, and stuns with Nether Toxin, as Purge mentioned, is what makes that ability that much stronger. Yeah. So that should be pretty nice versus that Spectre. Yeah, it definitely looks like it should be a much harder game for Secret, as they also just have a ton of damage issues, like the panel was talking about too. But they do have Yapster on the Rubik. He has a plethora of spells that he can steal, and it is going to be a different kind of style of game, right? Because it's Zai playing a Tree Protector, which I don't think I've seen too many core trees. I know Seb in particular was one of the guys that always loves it.
Yeah,
so.
he still does. He's still picking it in the pubs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the off-lane tree. We'll see what Zai can do with it. I mean, playing sort of these, these heroes that we see more so in support positions in the off-lane. In last game, Zai and the Shaker. Obviously another hero that can be shown in a plethora of roles, and Zai had an amazing game on it. Zai, if there's anyone who's going to know what he's doing on this off-lane tree, it would be Zai. We'll see what he can pull out. And you have to, I feel like you have to respect the fact that, again, with this Spectre, this very, very strong late game carry hero, it is a lineup that if you're Nigma, you slip up, Matu gets, he gets to the point where he's getting huge mass. Sure, there is always going to be the Viper break, but there are going to be ways for him to play around it in the later portions of the game, right?
Yeah, I think it'll still be tough. Okay. I don't know. The Viper, a Viper with this amount of stuns, it would really make such a big difference, because you're not. I mean, he might be forced to actually go for something silly like a BKB in this game at some pretty early on. It's just because the way that they've drafted is so many stuns, so much magic damage, and that Nether Toxin. But we'll see how that does play out after these lanes, as it does look like Secret. They got the lanes that they wanted in particular. They wanted to have this Spectre dodge this aggro lane and put him versus the Sanking, with Puppey supporting.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes. I mean, you would imagine, right, we should be able to very heavily bully Nisha out. So if anything, do you really expect the Void Spirit to be able to get much at all from this mid lane?
No, not really. He does have a good way to at least soak some damage. Of course, with his Resonant Pulse and all that, so you're kind of mana trading, but Viper should win that one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just wonder how hard Weehar's going to win, like if Nisha's going to be able to do some Nisha-esque plays to still get something from the lane.
Wait up.
We'll see already. Now that is the thing, you pop the pulse, but still Weehar just being able to get the stacks up, and Yapsor, as the panel said, he's going to be the one to watch this game, starting things off with a bang, as he'll collect that first blood with the Fade Bolt. Can expect to see that Fade Bolt coming in to secure many, many more kills for this man.
He was level 2 actually before anybody else, so he made sure he got all that extra experience, so he had his combo there to get Kuroki out of positioning there with Zai. Just always have to watch yourself around those trees, right? Nature's Grasp is still very strong ability if you do walk into the wrong area. Now Puppey, he actually timed himself. He made his way away from bottom because he saw that Mind Control was body blocking the hard camp. He has a Dark Troll Summoner.
Yeah, they're going to start going on to Kura. Kura's been slowed down by the Nature's Grasp, but yeah, Kura can't run from this one. In fact, Puppey even rooting up some damage done onto the Luna. Maximum efficiency there with the plays up top. As Secret get that second kill on this top lane. Mid lane we are now starting to see Nisha. He's out of region. What's he got coming out in the curve? He's got the bottle. He did manage to farm up his bottle though in good time on the first few levels, despite the fact he is laning against a Viper.
He's going to have to jungle a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Now at this point, you got the 2 points in the poison attack. You're going to struggle to come back to this lane as a Void Spirit.
Yeah, and you can imagine that GH does something similar that he did yesterday, is put down some deep aggressive wards early on those, either one of these, this cliff side down south or this cliff side up north, to watch the jungle. Yeah, he knows Nisha's going to be there. Immediately already.
It looks like another kill here for onto Mind Control. They just cannot play in this top lane. Yapsor and Puppey, the two of them, just handling anybody that presents themselves. And you have this having a very juicy start up here because of how well its supports are securing this area of the map.
Yeah, he just made it. But yeah, They completely just like they broke the way that Nigma wanted to lane because of the way that they set up their lanes, right? They won the top lane, and then Luna's like, I don't want to be top as a Luna. Luna is way too risky up there when you're playing versus Treant, Rubik, and an Enchantress. If you're out of position, this hero can't be caught out of position. You just get brought down very quickly. You're quite squishy. So, I mean, a fantastic start, at least for that, for Team Secret. Of course, that mid is still going to be a big struggle for Nisha. But that Spectre, free farm is what it's gonna be.
Yeah, because, well, with that movement now, I mean, what do you continue to send up here? If you are Nick, but do you still need to send the numbers up to try and keep in the face of Matic?
I don't think you can now. It's actually that you lost pretty hard in those first 3 minutes at the top of there. Mind Control just kind of has to cut waves, and he can do that at least. Maybe he's able to take some of this neutral camp as well. No, he's just gonna cut the wave. But yeah, Matu, no pressure whatsoever is gonna be happening onto him.
Nisha just using the entirety of that bottle each time to just try and regen back up to full HP, come in and have at least a bit of a look in on the creeps, but as expected, 24 to 13 against their 15 for 2. The benefit for Nisha being that he hasn't died though. He's, you know, sometimes we see these matchups where a mid laner will, you know, try and push and get far more from the lane that they're actually allowed to against a hero like a Viper, but Nisha is not feeding in the mid lane. He knows how much he can get and stay alive and get away with it. And on top, Mind Control will manage to secure the bounty rune. They do have a sentry rule down, and Mind Control is running.
No stuns for 8 seconds.
Yeah, that's the soonest one. He can't keep it on. I mean, Poppy's going to... Is he in range for the first rock? He might be able to quite find it. Just outside of vision. Mind Control as the nighttime falls.
GH though, the damage.
Shines over
and there's
hasn't quite got the mana for the impetus, and even so, it would have just been the other one, so probably not enough. GH will be able to turn and at least get a bit of revenge, taking down one of the Mud Golems.
Yeah. Mid, Nisha. Be careful. Also, Ben hanging around the positioning. I think they might actually just try to use when we hop over aggressive to try to go for you, but he's actually just gonna have to kill Nisha here easily.
Oh, he is. Yeah, I talked about Nisha playing it cool, playing it smart, but that time he didn't do the math. That's a death, and also that failed TP attempt back to base means that he's going to be locked out of the map for a good amount of time. He's going to have to walk back out when he respawns. Weeha continuing to rightfully dominate this mid lane as the Viper, as we would expect in this hero matchup.
Oh, they bring both in case any type of dive shenanigans. Just don't let them get any type of tower pressure off of it. Get that catapult killed early on. We see Zai is already starting to... He's just cutting wave bottom with that extra amount of mana regen that he has with his Nature's Grasp, because he can't actually lane versus the Luna.
And what do you think we'll see on Miracle?
Ooh.
Are we seeing sort of the carry Luna's go for the Aghanims build, or will it be sort of a more traditional right-click build on Luna?
I've seen that Dominator build still quite a bit, right? I think Crit was the one who popularized it a month ago or something, or maybe more time than that, maybe a couple months ago. I saw like Dominator and Ags a couple of games, but I think this one might be one where he goes a little bit more just right-click focused.
Sure, because they do want that physical carry.
Yeah, they have the Venge anyway, so it buffs you up quite a lot, but we'll see. He's got the sampler builder now, like calling the Luna.
Snapsel does go down the same time down bottom. Kuro, he's going to have a go on to Zai here. Zai trying to run away. Miracle's TP'd over to have a bit of a look in on this. Zai turns with the Nature's Grasp, trying to slow them. Magic Missile into the Lucid Beam. Trying to heal up with the armor, but it won't save him. Nigma will be able to push Zai out of this bottom lane. And Miracle involved. Able to quickly clean up the Ancients, and they're keeping it even now. 3 for 3. Also, Weeha starting to put pressure onto this tier 1 tower mid. The top lane does continue to be entirely under Matuma Man's control, though. This Spectre is being totally ignored and will have to pre-farm the Spectre needs at the start of the game.
Come on, sprites!
And look at the sentry down. The ups are around. They can turn and poke back at these two. Get your Mind Control. Be a little cautious. I mean, GH more, so Mind Control at least a fair bit tankier. We'll TP back over to the top lane as the wave gets pushed in.
He's still getting pretty good farm on Mind Control, all things considered, even like 1-1. He's got that 800 gold, he's got a Bracer and boots. doing pretty okay up top. And you can see that Nigma, they're okay with this. I feel like sure,
Yeah.
the first 4 minutes, things went a little bit wonky for them, but they have a Viper versus the Spectre. So they're probably like, okay, Matu's farming, but we have the thing to address it.
Now you talked about someone building a helm, and it's going to be Weeha. Yeah, he's going to get the helm for the team.
Okay.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Someone's going to want to have it because when you have like this Venge, this Mirana, the sort of timing that these heroes are going to push towards, a helm amongst the ranks is going to be crucial. And Weeha's going to be the one who's able to farm it at a very, very good pace here with the way that he's had the solid start, solid setup with the lane matchup mid.
And he's going to be the one that's more active, looking to move around, looking to punish the Spectre. So with that, he's going to be around his team, and he's going to be able to provide that extra little bit. And Miracle, he is going to be going for that straight right-click build. We see he's queued up the Dragon Lance. He gets a very nice Iron Talon for himself too. Love this item actually on a hero like Luna because you're hitting Ancients all the time. Should be able to farm very quickly as he did go for the good skill build as well since he wasn't getting too much pressure. 2-4-2.
Nigma, they want to try and make use of Weeha's power. Smoke up in the jungle, they move. Mind control leading the way.
They might have both possessions of outposts here too. In about 15 seconds, can Secret actually make it through? It looks like Puppy's darting his way to try to get to it in time.
He should. Yeah, he's gonna got it. Only just, he timed it to a T. Nisha is able to pick off Kuro with that dive down on the bottom lane with the help of Zai. Top lane, Matuma's got to be careful. On the hunt for him, the three of them they have set up here. He's hiding deep in the trees, and with the dagger, he has to make sure that he cannot go any further. So, I mean, there was a lot of time where Weeha was making the move with GH to try and find something, but they don't actually manage to get any of the targets that they were looking for.
They're going to try to at least get the tower out of the movement, but with that living armor, they'll get halted for quite a long time. And Secret, they're actually just knocking on bottom. The space that they've been given, and Zai is going to go top to D-push. He's going to throw down the Nature's Grass plus the armor onto this catapult wave.
You will have your vengeance.
And even Glyph on top too, so Glyph plus living armor.
Structures are fortified.
A nuisance for Nick to push in.
Yep, I like that.
A lot of time that Weeha's got to spend up here.
Yeah, I like that they go and they knock on mid tower too. Don't just hit one tower, hit both. And courier
has fallen. Dire's courier has been killed
as well, and that was the bits of the Necro book. So that will, that kind of hurts for Zai. That's an extra minute and a half of not having the availability of getting that complete with the belt of strength out of the game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Pinging top. Zai looks like he may want to go. He's pretty low on mana.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The one charge, he's only going to just have enough
Radiant's
for the
bottom tower is under attack.
He got it.
And he's already going to start the fight on top of the mass TP's coming in from Secret though. There's just enough for the upgrade to come out into the horn. Matu joining forces with them as they turn onto Weeha. Weeha turns to Mind Control onto Matumaman, and with Mind Control coming with the power strike, they'll get the kill. Matu will fall. Weeha's still alive. He's able to juke it off, walk through the trees. The Nature's got this down, so Secret will kill him off. And now the numbers have turned for Secret. Nisha jumps in with the Dissimulate. They take down a second. Secret will come out on top here with the 2-for-1. Sure, they do lose Matumaman, but they managed to get Weeha for it. And Nisha, you want to jump in for more? It doesn't look like he will do so. But they do hold. They defend this tier 1 tower. They will be able to heal it back up.
But Matu dies. That is very, very painful. He wants to be the one who survives and at least gets experience or gets a little bit of something from the kills that do come out, since he actually had to use Haunt to join up there.
There's the combo again, Mind Control. Mixed with the bow strike, and that's the setup for the arrow. Nisha still has an astral step onto the side, and he'll live, and now Mind Control gets turned on.
Radiant's top tower
with the
is
zap.
under attack.
Kills off the Sand King, and they just didn't quite have enough to burst Nisha with that combo, getting away with minimal HP.
Hey, Nisha's actually farmed. He's caught up very soon. He's actually ahead of Weeha in farm.
It's all that time that we have sort of spent going top. That whole smoke into that movement where, sure, as you say, they have to fight eventually where Matu dies, but Weeha dies as well. It just slowed down Weeha's game immensely. Because you're absolutely right. If it's 12 minutes in, this was a Viper against a Void Spirit mid, and the net worth's even, suddenly one of the reasons why you picked this Viper has it's just been totally shut down. The Void Spirit is having just as good as a game as you.
A part of
Sure, yeah. No, not the only, but one of the you do expect the Viper to dominate mid and get on top quite easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And yeah, Nisha does die there. Mind Control is able to catch him.
Up top.
See if they can get Zai. He used the the overgrowth. Won't stop Weehaw from taking him down to the poison.
Immediately, Weehaw starts pinging the tower. He's like, yo, tree's dead. Let's press forward. Let's get this tower before he respawns, before he can start to slow us down off of it again.
Yeah, let's see if we can get it this time. Let's see if Secret do try and come in with the defense. At the moment, Matsu playing the other side of the map. Knows that there's unlikely to be any pressure from Nigma down here, as Nigma are looking for those objectives aggressively. We are just going to be allowed to hit onto the tower. Mid lane, fight will start. As Mind Control goes for the Burrow Strike onto Yapzor. They do lose the Venge, but with the jump forward from GH and the magical burst from the two of them, they kill off Yapzor, trying to chase the Puppy. Burrow Strike back up in a second. They'll be able to set up onto the Enchantress as well. Nigma, they'll get Puppy, 2 for 1. Arrow onto Nisha. Nisha was sticking around. They're trying to hit some creeps underneath Ward. Power connection won't be enough to allow Weehaw to get quite in range. Mind Control is trying to chase forward with that blink. Nisha just out of range of any sort of setup, will live. Enigma again not showing they're not afraid to fight, and they're it seems like we've seen this so many times from Enigma. This first 20 minutes or so, they're very good at really realizing the power spikes early on of their drafts. It's just a question of whether they can continue to turn this into a push that's going to get these towers. It's going to be able to break the high ground before mistakes start to be made and suddenly Secret are taking the game away with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is go time. They've got not everything they need, but they've got the majority that they need to really take over the map versus what Secret have. The blink on that Sanking coming out so early. Miracle is fairly tanky and strong too, especially when they go next to their Venge, who buffs them up a lot when he has 4 points in the Vengeance sword already finished.
Nisha with the setup. Arrow has already been used. There won't be any follow-up for now. He's going to go for the TP out in the trees and nothing to stop him. So he'll get away, but Nigma, they do get what they came for. Tower finally falls on that top lane that they've been so insistent in trying to take away from Secret.
I'm not sure how Secret fights back in these next, like, I don't know, maybe like 5, or maybe even more than 5 minutes, maybe like 10 minutes or so. It's going to be very difficult for them to actually take any of those type of fights. They have to kind of just hope that Nigma is more split up and they can catch you out of position. Because if they are looking to fight in any type of team fight, they will likely lose. It's a lot stronger than them right now.
Mind Control jumps in very aggressively into the turret. I mean, I've got the Sandstorm giving some sort of safety, but Matsu's in with the Horde. Mind Control's dead. Weehaw still pushes on. He's able to jump out of the poison with the Astral Step. But they lose Mind Control. Zai, Nature's Grasp, but they won't poke for any more. Just a little bit too aggressive from Mind Control Sanking.
Secret will take whatever they can get, though. You see no hesitation to use the Haunt there from Matumba Man. He's actually the style finished up. Pretty good timing.
Yeah, you got a lot of space on that bottom lane. Whilst that whole bit of action was going on top, they were, Nigma were pushing in, committing for that tier 1. Matsu had a good 5 minutes or so where he had that whole bottom half of the map to himself. Both carries picking up the Manta style in synchronization, him and Miracle. It is done. And Nigma, they'll head into the pit.
I like yeah, force the fight. You have everything available. You know you're stronger in the 5v5 anyway. This is something that you force Secret's hand. And Secret, they can't address this, so they have to actually just try to get some farm. But they don't seem aware of this. Like, look at Matumba Man's position. They are all kind of hiding off of the map at the moment. It's a very good play.
Yeah, and an excellent line. All of the auras. That helm as well on Weehaw. Roshan doesn't stand a chance.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Straight up to the top lane they go. Miracle continuing to build entirely defensively before he goes for the big items. BKB queued up next after the man.
Yeah, that's okay. I thought just because it's a Miracle, he would go for something like more greedy just in between this because of probably how good it feels in the game at the moment for him. But if they can get the BKB, they could actually just end the game once he gets that.
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest thing he's thinking about.
Especially because of the fact you have the Venge, you have the dummy, you have these auras, right?
Yeah,
you're not too concerned about your ability to hit buildings, hit people. You've just got to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, and you just want to close the game out. If you can close the game out in these next 12 something minutes, the Spectre won't be online and won't be available, or they won't be ready to actually take a good fight versus them. So yeah, I do like if they get double BKB timing, it would be quite nice.
Yeah, it definitely does sort of reveal your hand though, right, to Secret. They're going to see these BKBs coming up very early. They know that certainly if Nigma's not able to break the high ground and sort of take the objectives, win the game with those first few BKB charges, it then starts to shoot them in the foot. Because certainly if the game transitions into the later stage, they're going to be having to deal with working with these like 5-second BKBs against, you know, the secrets potential to play around them even easier later on.
Yep.
So Nigma's, they cannot allow the same mistakes to happen as they did in game 1.
It's got to be a little crisper when they do get those BKBs and go for that push time. And they're all sticking together. Nobody's really splitting up on their team this time around.
Jump, mind control, going in underneath the tap. Away with it. Easy pick onto Yapsa.
Radiant's
So many
bottom
stuns.
tower is under attack.
That's all they need. Just any sort of initiation will be followed up immediately.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Creep wave. Not quite here on the mid lane though, so the damage cannot be done to that tier 2. The Moonlight, see if they can catch anyone else out here. Nisha's still out on Nigma's half of the map.
He's been farming in that exact spot for, I want to say, like 4 minutes now. He's just been chilling over there, just knowing that it's not safe to show in the lanes. Zai is the one who's going to be at least addressing the top lane over and over again because he can do it invisibly.
Mid.
Tree line.
The wraparound behind the tower. TP reaction will come into play though. They're looking to commit onto Puppey behind this tier
Dire's
2.
middle tower is under attack.
Yapsa with a quick telekinesis and a Fade Bolt does put them off pushing for that Enchantress and living armor on the tier 2 tower, keeping it in a state where Nigma cannot push for this.
Radiant
Other members of
structures
Nigma
are
TPing up towards the
fortified.
top lane. They see Zai
Radiant's
reveal
top
himself on the
tower
creep
is under
wave.
attack.
They need mind control to find the
Dire's
jump
middle
first.
tower
Darrow's
is
out to
under
try and get the
attack.
vision. Mind control jump
Again.
for the double dust won't.
Oh,
The dust will get him, but the stun will not. And with both stuns already expended, they don't have a further way to stop. Zai will escape, and that's Nigma 2 dusts out. That's the cost adds up.
And it's the space. They forced them back. So this gives them more time to be able to farm up for that Spectre. And now mid. They forced him back. This is not all Nigma.
They're going to be able to take the Aegis away from Miracle, and now with the jump on to Weeheart, they kill off the fight, but they're going to be able to commit onto Miracle a second time. Trying to run, it pops the Manta Star. Mind control does come in with the epicenter. He's able to get himself on top of Nisha. Nisha turns the Resonant Pulse. The shield will not keep him alive. They lose the Void Spirit. Nigma, they've got to be getting out of it though. Yapsa, he's just handling them all. The Fade Ball into the back of Mind control. Lifts up Kuroki. Secret will come out on top.
And Miracle's lucky that he gets away there. He almost actually died to the blade mail of Nisha. His ultimate almost killed himself on it there. The way the Secret actually just forced. Now they forced Nigma's hand because they forced 2 TPs to the left and immediately they look to pick a fight mid when they have the number advantage and they get a big one out of it.
And you're seeing the money on this Spectre. These sort of involvements, Matu after the Manta style, he's propelling us very good rate towards that relic. 2,900 on the bank coming up. And sure, you know, still Miracle very much ahead with that lead. But again, it's pretty much a similar situation as we saw in game 1. Miracle going for these items that he wants to win the game with. He does not want this game to fall back and farm. Sure, he's on a Luna, so this time around it doesn't feel as bad because you have that innate ability to farm at an incredible pace with the glaives. But Spectre with a Radiance, Matu's going to be able to keep up at that point when he has that done.
Bounty.
That definitely shakes Nigma quite a bit there. They're going to be much more hesitant now when they address the side lane push from Zai, he's been doing this the whole game, right? Just Nature's Grasp, throw your book 1, push the lane. Because they're not going to catch him in the tree lines. It's too difficult to. So he's making so much space for his team to be able to allow this Void Spirit Inspector to get the farm up. Now we see Nigma, they want to go for something a little bit easier, go for this tier 1 bottom. There's no haunt still available for 30 seconds too.
Yeah, they'll get it. BKB is complete now for Miracle.
Dire's bottom
See how
tower
hard
has
they do
fallen.
try and push the issue.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
First, major items and coming out at very good speed as well, of course. Just
Dire's
22
bottom
minutes
tower
in,
is
Manta,
under attack.
BKB on Luna. Also pretty much touching on to level 18. Jump corners, we are in the river. Kuro's able to swap him back in fact into the arrow as well. Nisha jumps in and he gets caught out. GH able to find that angle to punish Nisha's overextension. And now another swap back from Kuro. The stolen swap though from Yapsaw gets him back where he'd been swapped away from. Quick reactions there from the Rubik. The arrow comes in and GH will be the man to steal the show.
And he
Off the
paused
back
and
of all
said
that.
lag.
He paused and said lag after he hits an amazing arrow.
Secret tried to do the same thing again this time. As soon as Mind Control TP, like Zai forced the TP up top from pushing over and over again, they tried to take a fight, but Nigma was actually prepared this time. They had everybody at the ready. Beautiful lined up arrows from GH back to back.
Both times there. And because it really did, like, all right, yep, so stolen swap. He's going to be the one that walks away with a nice play here. But yeah, GH saying no, sir. Today I'll be the four to steal the show. Excellent arrows. He's keeping himself a step ahead and keeping the lead there for Nigma. They're still up 2k, and with the push out on this bottom and the wave coming round, 2 heroes dead on Secret. They can push forward for this tier 2 as well.
Yep, Zai's going to try to stall it as long as possible with that living armor, with that grasp. The creep gets hit by the arrow.
Dire's bottom tower is under
They're actually going to
attack.
pop the glyph too.
Relic timing is done on Matu. Just needs to make his
Dire's
way,
middle
get the courier out
tower is
to
under
the
attack.
shop.
Yep, he's making sure keeps himself clarityed up as well. He actually was quite low on mana the last time when they tried to go for that, you know, when Nigma splits up play to look for the haunt thing. So he has to make sure he has enough mana for the haunt and that dagger when they do go for those type of plays. And
Mind Control.
he's sending the courier out.
Quick grab. Puppey tries to step forward on the mid lane. They'll get him. There'll be a jump forward for Nisha and a quick jump out. Doesn't want to mess around. Nigma, as you say, for pretty much the entirety of this mid game, just moving around as 5. You cannot step forward near this lineup unless you're ready to approach them with the entirety of your team yourself. Mass TP's up top. They're going to try and get this up lane's push round. The last tier 2 remaining on that top lane.
Ooh, they're smoking too.
Want to deal with.
Might be able to get him here.
They're going to have to lead in Burrow Strike for sure. There it is. Arrow connection. Do they have the damage with the epicenter? They'll certainly have a good shot at it. Mind Control revs it up and will be able to take down Matu, taking him out of this area of the map. Did manage to get his relic purchase done, of course, before he died, but still a painful 45 seconds. This will allow Nigma to push up top, get around towards that tier 2. GH as well, with the involvement that he's had, he's got the full Greaves. So Nigma, they very much are very close to the point where this lineup, they're just going to start going.
Yeah, it might just be
Bottom. Miracle. He was there waiting as a bit of a nasty surprise for Yapsor. Yapsor's tried to step forward, get a bit of ward down. Miracle waiting there with the Eclipse.
Yep. I think the next biggest things is now they have the Weehaw. He has his BKB too. Is probably just keep tabs of when the Roche spawns. If you can keep the lanes pushed out, a good up. Get that Aegis. That's going to be your big go time. Right now, though, they have a little bit of time. They might actually press the issue forward here.
Well, here we have it. Into the base they go. Nigma very strong right now. What can Secret do to put a stop to it? Zai comes in. He has overgrowth at the ready. Matu still not quite having the Radiance. The Relic alone, not really too much of a scare for Nigma. Needs to have that Radiance done before Nigma's going to really think twice about pushing into it.
Nisha has Axe now.
Jumping into the silence onto Weehaw, but there's Mind Control. Immediately finds Puppey on the front lines again. The follow-up's there, the arrow connects. Puppey will fall. An instant buyback from the Enchantress. Secret do not want to allow Nigma to get away with this, but Nigma, they're not going to go anywhere. They're going to go straight back up with the tier 3 down there onto the barracks. Miracle focusing down the range reps first. Look at the easier of the 2 targets. Pots the Manta. Remnant does catch him, but he's still able to sit back and be cool. He has the BKB. He feels too threatened. Weehaw getting aggressive on perspective. Puppey, he goes for Puppey, brought back for this. The heal inside coming out with the breeze. Puppey still alive. He's falling low. Onto Haunts there, but Matu, he's being focused by Weehaw with the BKB. He's staying on top of the Spectre, forcing Matu to get out of the fight. And the Haunt, it pushed them back a little bit, but it doesn't get them any sort of kill. Comes in with a safety swap on Weehaw, keeping him alive. Mind Control jumps in. He's found Zai. Damage being spat out from the Viper from afar, bringing Zai low. Miracle offers the finishing blow with the Lucid Beam. They get the kill. The range tracks will fall. Another jumping onto Miracle. He has Manta back up in a few seconds. He's getting very low. Yapsor with the stolen Power Strike. He's able to get in. Kill off the Luna, but they're all so low on Secret. They've got to back away. As they've lost the Luna, it is the main. It's gone from Nigma. But there's 2 down on Secret. We are slowly able to bring this melee racks down. And Secret, they're going to let this one go. They cannot fight with just the 3 of them. Nigma, they lost Miracle, but they got the job done. 27 minutes in, a full set of racks, everything continuing to go to plan for Nigma.
Yeah, great way that they held their ground there too. Those both swaps from Kuroki were absolutely perfect, getting the ideal saves. I saw what Nisha was trying to do there. I think he was trying to actually jump in and clip the backlines with the silence, so the Venge can't actually get the swap. Just out of range though to be able to actually get that. They get the saves and he actually gets focused down. There's still so much overwhelming control coming out from Nigma. They get one stun, it's gonna be followed up every single time with another one.
What the f just happened?
Even with dying there, Miracle's very close to having that butterfly complete.
Yeah.
I mean, Secret couldn't stop them there with that push. How does Secret make sure that it goes differently the next time that Nigma come knocking at their base, which you know is going to be very, very soon. Nigma, as soon as Miracle's back online, back in the game, they're going to be right by the doors of Secret once again.
Go finish that Radiance, at least in particular for Matumba. That's the first step, and then the second one is somehow get onto the back line. I think that's Nisha. It's going to be Nisha's job to really get back there and get the double silence with his Resonant Pulse onto those supports so they can actually make those aggressive moves on the front line. But it's very hard.
He's got back on. TPs are coming in from Secret. Kuro swapping in. Mind Control jump forward with the bonus strike. They'll get the absorb. And they get more out of this as well. Mind Control is in on the front. He's tagged. We are pulse the BKB. Commits on Design. It's a second kill for Nigma. Over the side. Kuro, he's still alive. They weren't even able to kill him. They turn with the stone on Nisha. The ult's out as well from Mind Control. He attempts to dissimulate over the cliffs, but he can't quite make it. Nisha will fall. Nigma again taking 3, only losing Kuro. And only at the very end of it as well. Kuro getting a lot done in that fight before he goes down. And with that, they'll have no trouble taking away this tier 2, getting the wave up towards the base, and with a 10 lead, they're very much ready to go for a second set of racks. The Radiance is there on Matu. We'll see how much that makes a difference, because as we're seeing in every fight, as you anticipated, and as the panel said, he just has to run. Every time Weehart gets a hold on him, Matu just cannot stand in the fight. He just melts.
Yeah, and then you see like we mentioned, like he has to probably get the third item BKB. He's got it queued up, but I don't know if he's going to have the time to be able to get that, as Nigma not showing any hesitation here with that aggressive play top. Immediately into this Roche pit now. Aegis and Cheese, that's going to be the one to close the game out. Secret, and I don't see the fight getting at all easier. It's just much harder for them. Poor Matumba man, and never he wants to do inside of the fights because of this Viper pick that was the final one for Team Nigma.
No, yeah, it really has been. Just having that break on the floor ruins the Spectre's game. Secret trying to get some space down here in the bottom, at least make sure that not all 3 waves are pushing in against them. Nigma, now smoke up behind Wick.
They're gonna look for the fight. Okay, they're looking for the fight. Look, it seems like they know where Team Secret is down here.
They're not bringing Weehart. Weehart's staying mid, maybe to add to the confusion for Secret. We'll see if Secret do fall for this. There's the jump. They managed to initiate onto Nisha. Lucent Beam buying that extra bit of time required to make sure the arrow can connect. And Nisha is picked off. Start to bring around this bottom wave.
It's easy when you're not playing versus like any 4 steps or anything again. You're just a stun into an arrow. There's no way for them to really avoid those. I've seen Puppy trying to build toward it for quite a while now too, but it's super late in the game for them to be able to go back for it now. Too many people have died from the combo.
The prize is mine.
Yeah, with this kind of Miracle, I mean,
yeah,
the racks are going to fall so quickly. That bundle in with the auras, as we talked about, the strength that Nigma has at pushing objectives. Secret, it's almost Secret. Can they really take a fight on the high ground? Isn't their best bet to try and fight Nigma away from the base? It feels like a high ground defense is just going to be so hard because Miracle's just going to walk up and start hitting your racks regardless and let the glaives do the work.
I think it's just extremely difficult either way, right?
Yeah.
They're just quite a deficit in this one.
Dire's bottom tower
Nigma has played their draft very well this game, just keeping up that aggression throughout the entire mid-game, not giving Secret much breathing room at all.
No, and there's no surprise that you're able to see this come out from Nigma, because as we saw in game 1, they very much played to an incredible level at the start. It was just those mistakes that allowed Secret to really turn the game against Nigma. This time around, Nigma those mistakes haven't happened. They're hitting the timings. The draft is getting away with everything that they would hope it to. And at 31 minutes in, a set of racks up. There's no reason to believe that they're not going to be able to continue this level of play and close up this game too.
Yeah, I mean, GH, again, just like yesterday, right? The first game of the day yesterday, GH had the absolutely dominant Mirana. This game as well. He's been, like, on.
He's doing it again.
A couple arrows he had that were whatever, but all the ones that mattered did on, and he's super farmed 4-0-13.
Doesn't feed.
Zoning.
Now you can see why they like to grab this one early for GH in the drafts.
Yeah.
A very, very solid, reliable hero to put them on right now. Something that GH is just showing us how comfortably he's on.
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not afraid to pick something. I know they have pretty recently. I think it was like 6 days ago. The Sand King with the Mirana. Just these easy types of setups. And just so many different ones also when they throw in the Venge too. Just makes the game a lot easier to play, and exactly what they've done.
And
all three lanes pushing it aggressively. They've got good control.
And just on paper, I mean, it looked rough in terms of the draft at the start because of that Viper against the Spectre, and even now it's very much, you know, Secret, their draft, it does fall on the shoulders of Matu to be able to carry it, but it's just such a nasty game to try and carry as a Spectre because of that Viper and the fact that you're carrying against Miracle's Luna, who at the moment he's just so far ahead in farm. He's over that one major item ahead.
He's about to be 2.
It's that much of a difference.
Yeah, now he has 2.
So far ahead. Satanic and Butterfly done on the Luna. I mean, he's even starting to run out of slots with that Aegis as well, Miracle. At just 33 minutes in. He's absolutely huge. There's the swap out. Matu, he's in trouble. The arrow comes in. Matu's getting taken out of the fight. Can he actually get his way out of it? Will be able to sneak his way to the side, but he's still forward some more. Another Lucifer in the Eclipse finishes him off. That's Matu dead. Nigma able to start the push in the perfect fashion, killing off the carry. The only hero Secret have with any semblance of farm. He has got buyback, but if he buys back, it's going to be costly. They have to put something happen here. Secret Yapso does have the stolen Eclipse, but nobody in range of it. They do manage to lift up, grab mind control. Matu leading outside of the base, but it's into the hands of We Are turns with the Viper's Strike. GH's arrow will be off the mark, but Matu just falls so low to the fighting power of the Viper alone. He has to get back to the base. Will manage. So Secret do push back Nigma, but it does cost Matu's buyback, and that's incredibly costly as a Spectre that's already fallen so far behind in farm in comparison to the Luna. It's just making it even more painful for him. But obviously, he had to do it, but it still hurts him.
Yeah, this is pretty much like their last hurrahs in these next few moments. They have to expend everything they can to just try to be able to take the fights. But yeah, I mean, you just see it over and over again. Matu, he tries his best to get into fights, but Weeha is just this brick wall. He does not allow him to get onto any of his teammates at all, and just holds him in place.
Nigma, just head down bottom again. Nisha just constantly trying to keep the wave out here, making it as difficult as he can for Nigma to approach the game again. But as long as Nigma have got one wave moving in, they have no worry with trying to step up, take down another tier 3 in the set of racks. The 19k advantage right now. Mid lane, swap out the side of the base. Puppy, he'll be the target. Does have Zai by his side. Just bringing Puppy down so quickly. Maximum over to Yapso. Nisha jumps in the Judy. That lovely 3-man stun from Yapso. They sets up to bring Kuro low. They'll take out the Venge. Surely with one final touch of the pulse, they'll get it. Yapso does lose his life for this. He has buyback available. Uses it immediately. The Remnant grabbing Miracle at the side. He's been caught outside of the base though. He'll get the overgrowth off. Tries to seek out the trees, but the poison from Weeha, it's too much. Zai is dead. No buyback available for him. As Nigma, see how much they want to push on. Sure, they are without Kuro. They still have a lot to work with. Cheese is still there in the pocket of Weeha. Miracle, as we've seen, Satanic, Butterfly, you know, he's feeling himself right now. He's queuing up the Rapier. Oh, there's even a Satanic done for Weeha as well. Both at the cores, so tanky, and with so much sustainability. You got to ask yourself, where does the damage come from Secret to don't even touch these heroes? They're going to try the Miracle. Mind Control goes in with the Power Strike. Won't actually get the connection onto Nisha. He's out of the arrow comes in. Matu commits with a horn. He's looking for Mind Control. Mind Control with the self-heals up into the sky. Buys himself some time. And Matu, he cannot stay on top of the target. tries to go on someone. Weeheart just lays down the nether toxin, and Matu has to get out. Nigma have all the space they need to take down this second set of rats. A remnant now in place. Miracle turns over towards Niche. Still has BKB Manta and Satanic to pop if he feels pressured. He's turning, looking towards Puppy. He's using the Satanic. He's trying to get in to get the lifesteal off. Won't actually be able to close the gap. So Miracle is now very low. Has been passed over the cheese by Weeheart. There it is. He swallows. Back up to full HP. The Eclipse comes out. There's head towards Matuma Man. Mind Control's getting low, but they've got so much to sustain. The Nigma can keep one another alive. They kill off Nisha. Buyback from the Void Spirit. The Pitbolt. Corone with the swap back. Keeps Mind Control out of the fight, out of harm's way. Mind Control will be able to heal up on the backflies. Magic Missile onto Zai. GA jumps in. The Resident silent for Nisha. Don't catch them all. Mantis fall over. Weeheart. He's falling low as well. Mantis just go that way. It's no buyback. And Weeheart's heal. The lifesteal is keeping him alive. GG is called. And Nigma will manage to close up and take this game too in their favor.
With very little slip-ups. They played this one very clean. I liked how they had like that one slip-up, right, where they went and they split up top, where they addressed the split push from Zai. But then right after that, they knew. They were like, okay, we can't do that again. Everyone stick together. We have a much stronger draft. We have a much stronger draft that works together. And if we can just keep this pace and set it, the Spectre's never going to be able to get online to the point where he doesn't have to worry about a Viper.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There was just so many things that were just countered and considered by Nigma and Kuro with that draft that just didn't allow Secret to really get anything done. This was a game where we are seeing Nigma take the hold from the start. No mistakes to be made, and they walk away from it. I mean, if you're Secret coming out of this game, a team that, they're not too used to losing, and especially in this fashion where Nigma just dominated them from 0 to end this time round. What do you take away from this if you're Secret?